ham. There's a Christmas holiday, turkey, Thanksgiving. It's so simple. We mess it up all the time. Kind of like how the Cowboys mess up their off seasons.
All right, everybody, and welcome back. As always, I am your party host, Joe Rivera, and along with me, as always, is one of the preeminent ball knowers of USA Today Sports, Chris Boombaka. And boom, Week 12 is in the books. Another wonderful week of NFL action. Chiefs are the Jordan Belfort of the NFL. I'm not leaving just yet. The Cowboys stun the Eagles.
I
Shador
wasn't sure where you were going
Sanders.
with that, with the
Yeah,
Belfort.
I mean, I'm not leaving. Right? There's a few different ways you could
I
go, but I
got
picked the most, I guess, PG of the rated R. The Bears take another win. The Cowboys, as mentioned, stun the Eagles. The Rams dominate. You're not entertained? Boom. I mean, it's a pretty great week of NFL football, all things considered.
Yeah, we're getting a little spoiled, Joe. It feels like I come out here the last couple of Sundays saying kind of the same thing. It's another good day of ball. So that's the way it should be, though, right? Like we should be getting great games every single window, I guess. So this is good stuff. I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you get the results. I mean, the Jets even look kind of competitive for three-ish quarters against the
Well, we knew
Ravens.
that would
So, like,
happen. We knew
well,
that would happen.
that's feisty New York Jets, right? So we'll see. But boom, it's time. We got to turn the corner. It's the season to be thankful, right? We're all thankful for things, and let's go feast mode, so to speak. Boom. So for our first segment, let's call this the NFL Thanksgiving menu, and we got to look at some foods, right? And for those, I mean, I'm a guy who obviously looks like he enjoys his food quite a bit, but let's
Same here.
compare some
Same.
NFL to, yeah, right. Like it's Thanksgiving season. It's time to feast. Calories don't count during the holidays. We know how it goes, but let's compare all of the teams playing on Thanksgiving and Black Friday to foods. Boom, and just what are they bringing to the dinner table, so to speak. So let's start with the Eagles. Eagles play on Black Friday against the Bears. How would you compare the Eagles? What Thanksgiving food would you give them? Boom.
I'm going with the standard bear right out of the gate here. I'm going with turkey because hear me out. All right, like all right, no, that's basic. Whatever. Eagles are defending Super Bowl champs. Turkey can pretty much claim its title every single year for Thanksgiving, right? Like a college national championship. And turkey for me, it's like I'm enjoying it. Yes, I'm excited for it. Like it's going well. That's how the Eagles were yesterday against the Cowboys, right? 21-0. And then you get that bite, Joe. You get that bite that's just like a little too dry. And then you take the next bite, and that's somehow even drier. And you put your dressings or your gravies or your cranberry sauces on it, and it just doesn't even make a difference. And that's how the Eagles played against the Cowboys, and that's why they are this year's turkey for me. It's going great, but then there's just something off at the end.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing worse than
What
cold
about
turkey.
yeah? What about cold, hot doesn't matter, but
Hmm? Yeah,
what about
boom.
you for the Eagles?
I had to think about it, but I think the Eagles are the leftovers of this year, right? Like the day two, everybody has the day two leftovers, right? And you eat the Thanksgiving food, man, this is great. This is wonderful. This is all good. And you're looking at the Eagles 2024 season. They win the Super Bowl. And then they look pretty good. They're 8-3 this year, but like there's, the turkey doesn't hit as hard. The stuffing isn't quite as good as the day before. Like it's still kind of good. They're pretty good, but you're just not believing it, right? So I'm going to say the Eagles, like that might be a cop out, but I just look at the Eagles as the leftovers of the Thanksgiving menu here. I just don't see them as being quite as good as last year. Still good, but not as good as the day before. So
No. I got you on that, and I like the symmetry of the Eagles as leftovers, them being the reigning Super Bowl champions, right? It's like you're kind of just reheating it. Not, of course, taking into account all of the moves that general manager Howie Roseman made. All right, Joe. Next team up on the Thanksgiving menu for us, you're gonna give us your food symmetry here is the Lions. So what do you got for us?
yeah, I think the Lions are the mac and cheese, right?
Mm.
Like, this might not have been the case in years prior with the Lions on Thanksgiving, but most families, I would think it's traditional to have mac and cheese at the Thanksgiving table. I would think, sometimes it's really good mac and cheese. Sometimes they just slap some Velveeta sauce on it. But I look at the Lions as a nice, warm. You put that spoon in there, baby, and it's nice and hot and gooey, and like, yeah, this is what you came here for. It's better than the turkey. It's better than the cranberry sauce. It's better than the stuffing. So I look at the Lions as the mac and cheese of the Thanksgiving feast this year. And listen, man, I know they've had some rough stretches this year, especially with the offense and Dan Campbell taking over play calling. But listen, can't go wrong with mac and cheese, and you can't go wrong with the Dan Campbell coach team. So, what do you think, Boom? What would you give the Lions?
Yeah, so in my family, Joe, the Italian side, we have a stuffing dish. We just call it stuffing, but it's really like rice, cheeses, Italian meats. You got the gabagool, the salami, all that good stuff. Maybe like even a little bacon in there, a pancetta, and then you put it all together. You fry it up, and then you put it in the oven. It's awesome. It comes out, the cheese melts right into the rice. It's so good, dude. That's the Detroit Lions for me because you got a lot of different parts. Jameer Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, David Montgomery, Jared Goff delivering the ball. That defense taking a little bit step back from the first part of the season, from what I've seen, but I still like the Lions a lot, man, and they're one of my favorite teams. That family recipe is one of my favorite dishes, and that's why the Lions are my Italian dressing.
I love it. I love it, Boom. That sounds delicious. You should come by and drop FedEx me some
If
Italian stuffing over here. That
if
sounds
Dad
good.
makes a couple extra trays this year, I know where to send them.
All right, Boom. From one NFC North team to the next, let's talk about the Chicago Bears also playing on Black Friday this year. What food would you give the Chicago Bears? Kind of up and down season. I mean, they're still really good this year. At least the record says they are, but it hasn't always been pretty. What's your take on the Bears and what Thanksgiving food are they?
Yeah, I'm going with mashed potatoes and gravy here for the Bears. You think of the Chicago Bears as like this historic franchise, right? But not really much to show for it, right? Like, what is it, 40 years now without a Super Bowl? And I feel like that kind of plays into mashed potatoes whole kind of vibe with the fact that they're always around. They're always considered a Thanksgiving staple, but like, what have they done really lately? And they need kind of the gravy to take it to the next level. But they also, when done properly, when Ben Johnson is your coach, for example, they hit, man, and they're the star of the show. What kind of like the Bears are this year at 8-3, like we said at the top, first place in the NFC North. Really interested to see how they match up against the Eagles on Black Friday. But yeah, mashed potatoes and gravy for the Chicago Bears. What about you?
I think I look at the Bears and I look at them as the vegetables this year. Like again, it's not always pretty. Like it hasn't always looked good for the Bears, but they found a way to get it done. And vegetables get the job done. You need them, right? I mean, it might not be the most appetizing thing that you see at the Thanksgiving table. You pass the plate along pretty quickly to Aunt Bertha, right? You don't need those vegetables in front of you, but I just look at them this year again. You got to have them. Ben Johnson has really reinvigorated that team in a lot of ways, and he's found ways to help them get over the hump. You see them winning a lot of games that in years past they probably don't win, right? But you need the vegetables, and you got to get it done. And even though it hasn't been pretty, it's been effective. So I look at the Bears as the steamed vegetables this year. You got to have them, even though they're not all that appetizing.
And then we'll stay in the NFC North. The Green Bay Packers. What do you got for them, Joe?
I'm gonna keep it the green theme here, and I'm gonna say the Green Bay Packers or green bean casserole. Listen, it sounds good in practice, right? And like, wow, everybody likes a casserole. I like a casserole, right? Green beans, good for you. You need your green vegetables for the most part, but
Not a
like,
casserole guy.
well. Sorry, I apologize. Then maybe I shouldn't paint with such a wide brush, but I just think like you hear it and you see it, and then it's like you take a bite and you're like, all right, what the hell is this? Right? Like, what am I? You get different textures. Like, it's not. And I look at the Packers this year as just that. Yeah, I mean, they have a pretty good record. They're 7-3-1. Jordan Love has looked like a superstar in some spots. Jordan Love's has looked not very good in some spots, but trying to keep pace at the top of that crowded NFC North. And I just look at them. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you say, well, they got the shiny new object of Micah Parsons, and you're like, man, this looks good. But then you actually consume it, and you're like, yeah, maybe this isn't as good as we thought. So I'm giving Packers a green bean casserole treatment this year. What do you think? What's your take?
No, that's really good. That's kind of like the vibe I was going for here with my mac and cheese pick. I also wanted to be on theme with the cheese for the cheeseheads of Green Bay, Wisconsin. So that was probably my primary influence there, which kind of backed me into this corner of an explanation now. But you actually helped me out, Joe, with your answer about mac and cheese earlier. You mentioned the whole like Velveeta situation,
Can't
kind of
have it.
haphazardly thrown
Can't
together.
have it.
That you can't have that. You got to
Can't have it.
put that work, and you got to be grinding up some cheese and like really taking care of you know the whole the noodle and everything like that. Like we can't just be doing pot stuff.
Got it.
So, so oh gosh, but yeah, all those reasons you just said for why they're green bean casserole, I think kind of carries over into why I consider them the mac and cheese. They're a lot of fun, but do you trust it at your Thanksgiving dinner table? I don't know, man. Like the mac and cheese, I'm kind of like eyeing it. I'm like, do you really? Are you here with good intentions, my friend? And that's what I say about the Green Bay Packers in the NFC playoff race.
I see that. Boom. I see that. And I appreciate that greatly. I think that's excellent. All right, we
We
got to
got one
talk
more,
about.
right? We got another NFC team before we switch over to the
Yeah,
AFC.
yeah, we got to talk about the Cowboys here. Boom.
Yeah.
Uh, we got to talk about that. I'm gonna hit you with it first. I look at the Cowboys as the turkey, right? I mean, listen, traditional, especially on Thanksgiving. Got to have it. You can't not have the turkey at Thanksgiving. It's a staple. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's cold and dry. That's the Cowboys, right? Like sometimes this season, I mean, that offense has looked good all year, but then, like you were saying earlier, boom, you take the one bite and it's dry, and then it gets cold. Like nobody wants a cold turkey, and then like I look at the Cowboys. This is a simple one for me. It's just the turkey, man. I'm not a turkey guy. I don't really like turkey. Like yeah, turkey leg is good, but again, you don't get, especially now, you don't get a bigger divide on Thanksgiving than you do about how people feel about turkey. So I'm looking at the Cowboys at the turkey. What do you think?
Yeah, this is good, Joe, because I feel like we're on the same wavelength with our picks, but like we're adding different twists to it. So that's good. I'm going ham, believe it or not, because ham does not belong at the Thanksgiving table, in my opinion, and the Dallas Cowboys do not belong in the 2025 playoff picture. Yet here they are, and their ham will be on your buffet tables across America for no reason. Wait until Christmas for the ham, people. That's what ham is, a Christmas holiday, turkey, Thanksgiving. It's so simple. We mess it up all the time. Kind of like how the Cowboys mess up their off seasons. All right, Joe, switching gears over to the AFC, we got the Ravens and Bengals playing the nightcap Thursday. So for the Ravens, what do you got for their food equal?
I look at the Ravens as mashed potatoes, right? Like old, reliable. Like these guys are always in the mix. When they're not there, something is missing, right? When they're not good, like you felt it earlier this season when they were 1-5 and Lamar wasn't playing, and suddenly they rattle off, and you say to yourself, like, it just doesn't feel right without the Ravens in the mix somehow. And I feel the same way about the mashed potatoes, right? And there's all sorts of different iterations of the mashed potatoes. You got the garlic mash. Sometimes you get the mashed potatoes with the chunkiness in it. You get the super creamy, smooth mashed potatoes, right? The buttery goodness. And there's different iterations of the Ravens in that sense, right? At the base, the foundation, you always have the mashed potato, but are they going to beat you on the ground? Is Lamar going to beat you through the air? How are they going to? Are they going to just defensive slugfest it out? So again, I look at the Ravens as a mashed potato, old, reliable, always there, a staple. Need to have it. Got to have it at the Thanksgiving table. What do you think?
This one's an easy one for me. I'm going dessert if we're going to
Mm.
base it off of the 2025 season, right? Because they're missing for the first third of the meal for sure, maybe even the second third. But then when you're looking, you still save some room for them, right? Like they're the Ravens at the end of the season, and yes, I still think that they're on track to win that division, like we've been saying on this show for weeks now. And yeah, they 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 go down sweet too if done properly. So
Mm.
I'm a fan of the Ravens. All right, Joe. What about their counterpart on Thursday night? Obviously, is the Bengals. So what do you got for them?
Yeah, the Bengals, I look at cranberry sauce, man. Right? Like
Mm.
cranberry sauce is very controversial. Are you making it from scratch? Or are you just opening up the can and throwing the can? Right? I feel like I might be off base here, but I feel like the predominant opinion on this is people like it from the can more than from scratch for the most part, right? And I think the Bengals or the from the can or the Joe Burrow led Bengals, right? Those are the Bengals that we want to see. That's the one that's really going to satisfy you at the dinner table. The Joe Flacco led Bengals, I mean, they're in for some thrills. It'll get the job done. Dislocates his finger, gets it popped back in place. It's all fine and good, but I need to see the Bengals with Joe Burrow at the top. Boom. Like, and that's cranberry sauce to me. I need it out the can. I can't have it from scratch from homemade. I don't care how long this recipe has been in your family for. Just let's keep it simple. Sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
Yeah, no, that's a good take there, Joe. For me, the Bengals are. But we talked about the awesome Italian stuffing earlier. I'm talking about like the bland box, like orange
Mm,
box. You know what I'm saying? Like it pours out almost like cereal. That kind of stuffing.
like
That's
sawdust,
yeah,
sawdust.
yeah. It's
Ugh.
like it's almost like if they made honey bunches of oats for dinner in a way. Like it's just disgusting. It adds some spices to it. I think that that's like one of the worst traditions we have on Thanksgiving is that type of stuffing, and that's kind of like how the Bengals season has gone in some ways. So it's a pretty easy call for me right there.
All right, boom. And last but not least, and looking at the AFC and the Chiefs playing the Cowboys, right? Kind of a newcomer to Thanksgiving. We want to see it. Patrick Mahomes. We know he grew up a Cowboys fan, so interesting matchup on Thursday on Thanksgiving. What do you think? What's your Turkey
Yeah,
Day take?
this one for me is the cranberry sauce. I grew up in a family where like that wasn't really much of a thing. I'm not that big of a fan. Uh, so the Chiefs are cranberry sauce because nobody really wants you there, man. But here you are. And the Chiefs have invited themselves into Thanksgiving. They invite themselves into every football conversation that we have. So if you want to be divisive this holiday season, bring up the Chiefs at your dinner tables and forget the politics and religion. All right, like
Yeah, it's
that'll
yeah.
get
No,
that'll get some good
no Taylor
debate
Swift.
going.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah. The Taylor Swift that'll set everything off, right?
exactly.
So
What do you
yeah,
got for the Chiefs?
I think the Chiefs. I got to be honest here. Like I'm not totally out on the. I look at the Chiefs as dessert here. Boom. Right. Like I still look at them as they're the Chiefs until proven otherwise. Right. Like they had a chance to have their season ended on Sunday and they pulled it out, beating the Colts. And I still look at them as listen, pumpkin pie, blueberry crumb pie, chocolate pudding pie, cookies, whatever it is that you want to, you throw the whipped cream on there, whatever it is that you want to call the Chiefs. I just look at them as I still want to watch them every week. I still want dessert first and foremost. Like that might just be because I'm a Jets fan. I haven't seen a functioning offense since, the Nixon administration. But, I just need to see the Chiefs. I think they're the dessert of it all still until, like I said, until proven otherwise, until somebody decides they want to bring like some cinnamon apples, right? And slice those up and that's your dessert. Nobody really wants that. You want the good stuff, right? You want the pies. You want Mrs. Pfister's apple cake. That's what you need. That's what you need. So
What
yeah,
apple
I'm going
cake?
with the Chiefs as dessert.
What is this apple cake?
Mrs. Pfister's apple cake. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a classic in my in-laws.
I don't
It
know
was
this.
a neighbor of our my in-laws growing up.
Oh,
And
this is
she
a
had this
person.
iconic.
This is a
Oh yeah.
person. I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was like a
yeah, Mrs.
brand.
Pfister. No, no, it's not. No, 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 no. This is a real person. Rest in peace, Mrs. Pfister, and thank you for
Uh,
your delicious apple cake. All right, boom. It wouldn't be Thanksgiving if we were at least a little thankful. We were thankful for some things, right? We're obviously thankful for the NFL, but let's get into some specifics. I'm gonna start it off here because I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling happy and very thankful. Number one, I'm very thankful for Justin Fields, tank commander, right? Like he doesn't start this past weekend, but he puts the Jets in prime position to get their quarterback of the future. And listen, I know I've been hard on Fields and he's been dealt a difficult hand in his NFL career, but I am thankful for Justin Fields putting the Jets in this position to begin with. So there's that. I'm very thankful for guys fumbling before the goal line. Like it's been whether it's DeMercado or whoever else you want to. It's happened like 3 times this season. It makes me laugh every time, and it just I'm thankful for that. And everybody needs a laugh. I'm thankful for USA Today Sports and giving us this platform, and obviously, boom, I'm very thankful for you. I'm very thankful to have you as my
Thanks, buddy.
vodcast co-host. So, what are you thankful for, Boom?
Oh yeah, you're on the list, Joe. Don't worry. But what else do we have on there? We have Drake May. He's up there. Who else? We'll throw Shadur Sanders on there. What else would we
Oh,
talk about? What else would I write about? So he's got to be on there. I'm thankful for punt returners who do not field punts inside of the 5. Why are
oh,
we still
yes.
doing that? Make it
Yep.
stop. It drives me insane. I don't really like care about special teams that much. That drives me nuts. And yeah, I think we're also thankful for all of our viewers and listeners who take time out of their day to watch or listen to the show. We love you guys. Thanks so much for the support.